And we are here now with Jeannie Bonds, and she is the Regional Manager for Community Development for North and South Carolina. Welcome to North Carolina Now.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
We're here at the Emerging Issues Forum, and you, of course, have been, it's the 30th anniversary, and you remember those 30 years very well.
I do. I was at UNC Chapel Hill as a student when I came to the first one.
And as we go through the years, and we're here at Innovation Reconstructed, and we're talking about communities and keeping those communities viable and sustainable, and the role of the Federal Reserve Bank in that community development. Talk a little bit about that and why that is so critical.
Well, in the Richmond Fed's work for the economy, we're very proud that we contribute to a positive life in the communities that we serve. And community development within the bank is really something that the board and all the 12 regional banks engage in. And we do that by collaborating and doing research, and we do that so that low and moderate income communities can have access to financial information.
When you look at that, how critical is that to gauge over the span of all the communities? When you think about, I know I heard in one of the speeches talking about just the line between poverty and wealth. With it, how do you do that?
Well, these are very long-term processes. So we talk a lot about outcomes and output, and we obviously try to gauge some metrics as we go along. But ultimately, it takes years to see some of those indicators and see how that affects those communities.
What has been some of the most surprising moments in your work in community development that you've seen when that has happened?
Well, it's when a lot of different groups come together and collaborate and engage on a particular issue, and they study the issue and they actually come up with some action steps to take on behalf of their community. So that's when you tend to see a lot of the results, and that happens all across North Carolina every day.
What do you see as the most critical things that we need to look at right now in North Carolina as we move in to this next 30 years of emerging issues?
Well, I think the three key issues that all the speakers discussed at this forum, infrastructure, education, and workforce, certainly come out as key issues that our bank is very engaged in community development, as well as some of our research activities.
When you look at emerging issues and it's Innovation Reconstructed, how does that play into what you're doing and working towards?
It was a perfect theme for us to be able to present a panel today on market and community innovations. We've brought people from all over the country to talk about impact investing and social impact. So it was really the perfect theme for us, change at this particular time, and to bring some experts in to talk about what other communities are doing and how we can do that here in North Carolina.
What do you see as maybe the most innovative thing going on right now with your work?
With our work, there is a lot going on with workforce, obviously, so a lot of research in that area. We have a lot with the impact investing, looking at communities and how that can really affect and grow some of the communities. There's been a shortage of funds for some community development corporations, so a lot of work revisioning how those groups might grow and change in the future.
Do you have an example from North Carolina that you can think of where this has done well and it has impacted them in a positive way?
Oh, there's a bankers collaborative for the Community Reinvestment Act, where a group of bankers come together and share experiences and projects that they can then turn into community reinvestment. So that's a great example of a collaboration among bankers that's contributing in North Carolina.
All right, Jeannie Bonds, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.